Have you ever been listening to a podcast and had that thought pop into your head, hey, I could do that? Well, if you've been dreaming about launching your own show but have no idea where to even begin, then you've come to the right place. Today, we are breaking down a simple 7-step framework that's going to take you from just an idea all the way to launch day. So, first things first, why even bother? Well, check this out. There are over 500 million podcast listeners around the world. That's not just a number, that is a massive global audience that is actively looking for new voices, just like yours. The opportunity to connect with them has seriously never been bigger. So here's how we're going to break it all down. We'll start by looking at this huge opportunity in podcasting. Then we'll dive into finding your unique voice and brand. After that, we'll talk gear, then actually creating your first episodes, and finally, how to launch and grow your show. All right, let's dive right into our first section and really unpack why right now is the perfect time to hit that record button. Here's the bottom line. Whatever it is you're into, whatever you're an expert in, whether it's ancient history, vintage video games, master gardening, I promise you, there are people out there who want to hear what you have to say. Okay, so you see the opportunity. Now it's time to lay the groundwork. This next section covers the first 2 steps, and honestly, they're probably the most critical ones. Finding your niche and building your brand. And this is absolutely crucial. Pretty much everyone agrees that this first step, nailing down your niche, is the single most important thing you'll do. Period. This is where you need to spend your time before you even think about buying a microphone. Let's make this real with an example. So let's say you're passionate about a really broad topic, like food. But that's way, way too general. I mean, what about food? So you decide to narrow it down a bit, maybe focus on a subcategory, like food education. Okay, getting closer, but we can get even more specific. What's a hot topic in that world right now? How about the trend of raw milk? And this is where the magic happens. This is what we call a hyper niche. For example, in Oregon, you actually can't just go buy raw milk in a grocery store. A podcast that's all about that specific legal situation, bam, you've instantly got a curious, built-in audience. That is the power of niching way, way down. All right, once you've got that killer niche, step 2 is your name and artwork. And listen, the key here is don't get stuck. Just pick something. You can always change the name later. And for the art, you can whip something up yourself on Canva, or hey, hop on Fiverr and get a pro to do it for like $20. Easy. Okay, next up, you need what's called a distribution site. Don't let the name scare you. Just think of it as your podcast's home base. It's the one single place where you'll upload all your audio files. And once your episode is uploaded there, that site works its magic and creates something called an RSS feed. All this really is a special link. It's the link that automatically blasts your show, your episodes, your titles, your art, out to everywhere people listen. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, you name it. So you upload once, and it goes everywhere. Simple as that. Okay, your strategy is solid. Your brand is taking shape. Now it's time for the fun stuff, the gear. Let's talk step 3, getting your tech sorted out and figuring out your show's format. Now listen up because this is a big one. Your audio quality has to be good. It's just not optional. But the good news is you do not need to spend a fortune to sound great. This slide shows 2 fantastic budget-friendly mics. The Samsung Q2U, it's literally plug and play. So easy. And the Shure MV7x gives you that professional level sound for a really great price. And hey, don't forget about video. Get this, a full third of podcast listeners in the US actually prefer to watch the show. And you don't need some fancy camera setup. Seriously, the camera on your smartphone is more than good enough to get started. Next decision you gotta make, what's your show gonna feel like? Are you gonna fly solo, where you're in complete control of everything? Or are you gonna bring on guests, which, by the way, is a fantastic way to grow your audience faster by tapping into theirs? All right, gear's picked out, you're ready to go. Now it's time to actually make the thing. Let's jump into steps 4 and 5, recording and editing your very first episodes. Okay, I want you to really let this next slide sink in. It's kind of shocking. 99% of new podcasts, 99, fail before they even get to their 3rd episode. And you know why? They just give up too soon. So how do you make sure you're in that top 1%? It's actually pretty simple. You just have to push past that 3-episode wall. You can do it one of 2 ways. Either you drop 1 episode a week for the first month to build that consistent rhythm, or you drop a whole batch of episodes all at once so new listeners have a bunch of stuff to binge right from the start. Okay, you've done the hard work, you've recorded a few episodes, and now for the really exciting part, launching. let's get into the final two steps of our framework, launching and then growing your show. Step 6 is all about promotion, and the best way to tackle this is with a little 1-2 punch. First, create short, catchy, shareable clips for social media, TikTok, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts. And second, bring on guests who already have an audience. It's a super fast way to grow. And that brings us to our final step, number 7. And this one, well, it never really stops. You have to treat every single episode you put out there as a chance to learn. Look at your stats, see what's working. But most importantly, read the comments, listen to your audience. They will tell you exactly what they want more of. So if you take away just one thing from all of this, let it be this. Don't get stuck in analysis paralysis, just planning forever. The real journey starts the moment you hit record. So find that niche, grab a mic, and just follow this amazing advice. Punch fear in the face and press record.